There's one thing that terrifies a toxic person more than an argument, more than being exposed, more than being called out. It's your silence, not the silent treatment. It's not anger, just calm, unreactive silence. And once you understand why, you'll never feel the urge to explain yourself to the wrong people again. Toxic people don't actually want a conversation. They want a reaction. Your anger, your tears, your need to defend yourself. That's what's been keeping them in charge this whole time. Every time you react, you're handing them something to use. But silence gives them nothing to work with, nothing to twist, nothing to turn back on you. Manipulation runs on emotional energy. It needs your defensiveness to seem justified, your explanations to seem necessary. When you stop supplying that energy, the whole dynamic starts to starve. Have you ever noticed that the moment you stop replying, they suddenly become desperate for your attention? That's not love. It's withdrawal because their fuel just got cut off. Here's the part that really gets under their skin. Toxic people are experts at predicting your reactions. That's how they've manipulated you for so long. But silence breaks the pattern. Notice how they start double texting, calling, even being unusually kind out of nowhere. That's not guilt. That's panic. They don't know what you're thinking anymore, and to a controlling mind, not knowing feels like losing. The moment you stop chasing their approval, stop trying to win the argument, the power in the relationship quietly shifts to you. Because power was never about who's right. It was about who needs the other person to react. The one who needs it least holds all the cards. This is the part most people miss. A confident person doesn't panic when someone goes quiet, but a toxic person often does, because reacting to them has become part of how they keep their grip on you. Your silence holds up a mirror, and what they see is their own loss of control staring back at them. That's not peace they're feeling, it's exposure. But here's the twist almost nobody talks about. It's not really you they're afraid of losing, it's themselves. Toxic people use your reactions to avoid sitting with their own emotions. Your anger gives them something to blame. Your explanations give them something to argue against. So when you go silent, you're not just denying them control over you, you're removing the one thing they've been using to escape their own mind. That's the real fear. Not that you'll leave, but that they'll be left alone with themselves, with no one left to perform for. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, manipulate you, or pull you into chaos, remember this: you don't owe them a reaction. You don't owe them an explanation. Your silence isn't weakness. It's the one thing they can't manipulate, predict, or control, and that's exactly why it scares them. If you want to understand more hidden patterns of human behavior, manipulation, and the psychology behind why people do what they do, hit subscribe to Human Mind Signals. Because the more you understand the mind, the less power anyone has to control yours.